Long ago, in a land blessed by Allah, there lived a man named Ayyub, known for his unwavering faith, unmatched patience, and a heart filled with gratitude. Ayyub was a man of wealth and honor, with a family he cherished deeply, and a life that many envied. Yet, even in the height of comfort and abundance, his heart remained humble, and he always turned to Allah in gratitude for his endless blessings. Today, we will journey through his trials, his unwavering faith, and the remarkable story that has inspired millions across generations. Ayyub's life, once filled with comfort and abundance, began to face trials that would test the very core of his faith. One day, news arrived that his wealth, accumulated over many years, had been lost. Cattle that once roamed his fields freely were gone, leaving empty pastures and silent barns. Even his homes and treasures, which people admired, were taken away by the hands of fate. Yet Ayyub did not falter. Instead of anger or despair, he turned to Allah, whispering prayers of patience and gratitude. Indeed, to you belongs all things, and from you comes every blessing, he said, reminding himself that true wealth lies not in possessions, but in faith. After losing much of his wealth, Ayyub faced another trial that shook him deeply. One by one, his remaining animals fell ill and passed away, leaving him with empty fields and silent pastures. The people around him whispered. Some doubted his faith, while others pitied him. Yet, Ayyub's heart remained steadfast. Soon, a severe illness struck Ayyub himself. His body ached, his skin troubled him, and pain became a constant companion. Despite this suffering, Ayyub never raised his voice in anger. Instead, he would quietly pray, saying, Allah is the most merciful, and in his plan lies wisdom beyond my understanding. As Ayyub's trials continued, even his family faced hardships. One by one, his children passed away, leaving Ayyub in deep sorrow. The laughter and joy that once filled his home were replaced by silence and grief. Neighbors whispered about his fate, questioning how a man so faithful could endure such loss. Yet Ayyub did not despair. He would sit quietly, remembering the blessings he once had, and pray with a heart full of trust. Indeed, Allah tests those he loves, and patience is the key to his mercy, he whispered softly. Ayyub's body grew weaker with each passing day. Pain became a constant companion, and even the simplest tasks seemed impossible. Yet, through every moment of suffering, his faith never wavered. He would raise his hands and pray, seeking strength and mercy from Allah. Lord, grant me patience and forgive me for any shortcomings, he would whisper, his voice calm despite the agony. Even when people abandoned him, Ayyub remained steadfast, showing the world that true faith is tested in hardship. His story became a lesson of resilience, trust, and the power of unwavering belief. Through the trials, Ayyub often spoke directly to Allah, expressing his sorrow and seeking guidance. Lord, why have these hardships come upon me? I am but your servant, striving to live in your path, he would whisper, tears in his eyes. Yet in his heart, he knew that every test carried a lesson, and that patience and trust were the keys to enduring them. Even in pain, Ayyub cared for those around him, offering advice and encouragement to anyone who sought his wisdom. He would remind others, life's trials are a part of Allah's plan. Do not despair, for patience and faith will bring you closer to his mercy. Neighbors and friends who once doubted him began to admire his steadfastness and humility. learning that true strength lies not in wealth or comfort, but in unwavering faith. Ayyub's story became a guiding light for those struggling, showing that even in the darkest moments, hope, prayer, and steadfastness can overcome despair. As the days passed, Ayyub faced the harshest of trials. Not only had he lost his wealth and children, but the people around him began to turn away, leaving him alone in his suffering. Pain racked his body, and sickness seemed unending. Yet, Ayyub's heart never wavered. He would raise his hands, asking Allah for strength, whispering, "O Lord, my patience is in your hands, and my trust is in your mercy." Even when his closest friends doubted him or mocked his faith, Ayyub remained calm, showing that true devotion does not falter under pressure. He reminded himself and others, every hardship is a test, and every trial is a path to draw closer to Allah. Through his unwavering patience, Ayyub became a symbol of faith, inspiring those who witnessed his steadfastness. Stories of his trials spread across the land, teaching that wealth, family, and status are temporary, but faith and perseverance are eternal. Even the strongest storms could not shake Ayyub's trust in Allah. His heart remained anchored in hope, prayer, and submission. By the 10th minute, Ayyub's story had already begun to touch hearts far and wide, showing that no matter how severe the trials, a soul anchored in faith can endure everything. As Ayyub continued to endure, his prayers grew more heartfelt and sincere. He would cry softly, asking Allah, "O Lord, I have suffered greatly, but I have not wavered in my faith. Grant me relief and mercy." Every word from his lips was filled with humility and trust, showing that his heart was fully submitted to Allah's will. People began to notice the patience and dignity with which he carried his suffering, and whispers of admiration spread. Truly, patience is the key to mercy, Ayyub would say, reminding others that every trial carries wisdom. Soon, Allah heard his prayers and began to bestow blessings upon him once again. Health returned to Ayyub's body, and his strength slowly came back, showing that divine mercy rewards unwavering faith. Even the hearts of those who doubted him were softened as they witnessed the transformation that prayer and steadfastness could bring. Ayyub became an example for all, teaching that no matter how intense the trial, faith and sincere supplication can lead to relief. By the 13th minute, the story of Ayyub had turned from despair to hope, showing the power of prayer, patience, and trust in Allah. With his faith and patience unwavering, Ayyub began to see the blessings of Allah return. The land that had been barren now flourished, and his livestock grew healthy once more. Neighbors and travelers marveled at the transformation, realizing that it was divine mercy, not mere chance. Ayyub remained humble, saying, "All praise belongs to Allah, the most merciful, who tests and rewards in his perfect wisdom." His family, once lost, was restored, and children filled his home with laughter and joy again. Ayyub's wealth increased beyond what he had before, but he used it wisely, helping those in need and guiding others with the wisdom he had gained. The people learned a powerful lesson. Wealth and prosperity are fleeting, but patience, faith, and gratitude bring lasting rewards. Through these years, Ayyub's story spread far and wide, reminding everyone that no hardship is permanent, and divine help always comes to the patient. Even in times of trial, Ayyub had maintained humility, and Ayyub's trials had come to an end, and his life was restored in every way. His health, wealth, and family were all renewed. But more importantly, his heart remained full of faith and gratitude. He spent his days teaching others the lessons he had learned: patience, trust in Allah, and unwavering devotion even in the face of adversity. Travelers from distant lands came to hear his story, inspired by how one man could endure unimaginable hardships with steadfastness and prayer. Ayub reminded everyone, no trial is permanent. With faith, patience, and reliance on Allah, the darkest moments can turn into blessings. Even those who had once doubted him now acknowledge the wisdom and strength that faith brings. His story became a legacy, passed down through generations, teaching that life's tests are meant to refine the soul, strengthen character, and deepen trust in God. Ayub lived the rest of his life in peace, knowing that every hardship he had faced had a purpose, and that divine mercy always rewards those who remain patient and faithful. The story of Ayub serves as a timeless reminder. Wealth, power, and comfort are temporary, but faith, patience, and gratitude endure forever. As the sun set on his life, Ayub's journey left a mark on the hearts of countless people, inspiring generations to face trials with courage, humility, and unwavering belief in Allah.